Hey there Nocturnals, I want to give you a review on Alien Covenant. If you haven't seen it, probably don't watch this review because it's going to be full of spoilers. But initially the first thing I wanted to talk about is to do with the visual style, so that's not really going to spoil things for too many people. So let's start with a couple of core decisions that were made. Now I really noticed something about the spaceships in this movie that bothered me. And that was that he had obviously decided to go for models. They really looked like they were models that were shot rather than CGI. So these were physical models that were shot and then composited digitally to get that effect for the spaceships. I think he was going for something a bit old school there. I think that was it. He wanted a retro style, and it did sort of feel like that, but at the same time the models were so glossy and clean that they looked like toys straight out of a packet. They literally look like toys. At one point the dropship, when the dropship comes down from the top, kind of looks like a Lego dropship, like it's a Lego kit or something. You know, that's just my personal problem with the visual aesthetic of this movie. There's a lot of problems with this movie. I'm not going to talk about them all. And if you want to hear the good things about this movie, go head over to Comic Book Girl 19. She says some great things on her channel about the film. She's a lot less critical than I am about the film, a lot more forgiving, and there's a lot of things that she loves in it that I just couldn't get my heart around. And you know, Ridley, I love Ridley Scott. I've been a big fan of a lot of his films. He started me on the path of being a filmmaker. I connected with my first girlfriend over some Ridley Scott films. It will always be a place in my heart for Ridley Scott. You know, he started late as well, so I have a bit of a connection with him because he started late as a filmmaker, as a director, and he started as an artist. He was in the art department first. But yeah, I think he kind of dropped the ball with this film. Prometheus wasn't that great either, but it was actually better than this film. Alien Covenant, I just had issues with. So for starters, obviously I have a problem with the fact that there was not CGI spaceships, they were model spaceships that looked like toys. The other problem I had was with the creatures, because he seemed to go the opposite route with the creatures. I would have flipped it around a little bit. Maybe he got a lot of criticism because of the spaceships and the dropships and Prometheus, but I actually really loved the animations for the spaceships when they were coming down, and a lot more than these kind of plastic looking models. The creatures, the actual aliens, pretty much all of the creatures seemed CGI to me. They just looked like they were CGI generated, right through to the actual alien itself. Look, it was CGI. I had a problem with that. I want to see some physical effects when it comes to monsters. I just don't find CGI monsters to be scary. So it really just felt like a game when the characters were being picked off by the monsters and you know, by the aliens and all that kind of stuff. It just felt like a game. It was too slick. They moved too quickly. That just took away all the suspense. The tone of this film actually reminded me of the third Aliens film, the notorious Alien 3, which was set on the Monk planet, which was a prison colony that was some sort of religious order there. Kind of reminded me of that, with David and his hood and all this kind of stuff and all these kind of religious overtones, which I know were in the previous film as well. You know, out of the two films, Alien 3 and Alien Covenant, that Alien 3 was a better film. It had more suspense, it was scarier, the end was more satisfying, even though it was kind of silly. Ripley falling into the lava and clutching on to this chest burster as it's coming out. I know there's going to be another one. I know there's going to be another one after this. After Alien Covenant, there's another film that's coming, you know, obviously with the way in which they've sort of left off this film. It's open-ended. There's another piece in the puzzle to get to Alien. This is part 2 of a trilogy of prequels before Alien. Like, overall I was pretty unsatisfied with the film. It just felt wrong. I didn't like the way in which Michael Fassbender moved as the robot. It seemed like he was trying to act like a robot walking. It just seemed a bit ridiculous to me. He's a really talented actor, and I was actually satisfied with his Michael performance, but his David performance, I just didn't like it. I just couldn't click to it. I know he's not supposed to be a very likable character in the first place, but it just seemed, and it was a bit obvious. It just seemed a bit obvious. It was kind of predictive. I felt like I knew that it was David. I felt like I knew that what the payoff was going to be with that character. It wasn't a surprise to me, so the surprise ending wasn't really a surprise. You know, you could see that with some of his reactions. It tried to be subtle, but maybe it's just something they couldn't make subtle. Yeah, I wasn't very satisfied with that film. You know, there's some nice visuals in it. There's some crappy visuals in it as well. Like I say, the spaceships just seemed wrong. The CGI aliens seemed wrong. CGI gore and things like that or just doing things for gore. I mean, it seemed like they tried that, but then they clipped it. The sort of massacre of the engineers with the black goo was really unsatisfying. You couldn't really see what they were turning into. It could have been played more for the horror. There were so many things that could be played up more for the horror, and I think Comic Book Girl 19 really talks about that. So anyhow, that's my quick review for Alien Covenant. I still think if you're a science fiction person, you know, you could go check it out. And if you're into the franchise, if you're into these Alien films, go check it out. But for me, it's a low note. I think this one is definitely a low note. Unfortunately, I think it's a low note. I don't know if the next one's going to be any better. I don't know if Ridley Scott's lost his edge. He's lost something as a filmmaker, or if he's just making poor decisions now, or he's taking advice from too many people now, or I don't know. But I wasn't very satisfied with this film, that's all I can say. So that's it for me. If you haven't already, check out nocturnal3d.com. That is my website. I'm still building it. Give me some feedback. On that website at the moment, you can get a copy of Mischief's Missing Monsters, my first children's book, available in the store. It's also available on Amazon if you search for it in Amazon. And if you don't want to spend the $9.95 US on Amazon to buy it, you can buy it on the website for $3 as a PDF, as a digital version, or on Kindle for a little bit more, I think. So it is available in digital as well. And you can also, if you check out the shop, you can buy these Spark-Off shirts, which are for booty time, which I will be putting out, I'm sure, in the not too distant future. I'm looking at the old comic book. Mum's been sort of saying that I should release it. Like, it's literally one of the oldest things I've ever done, and I am seriously considering releasing it, but I feel like I need to give it a bit of a rewrite. So that's what this is all about. This is literally from the original comic, the Spark-Off frame. So more on that in the future. Keep looking and keep watching for Sexy Dragons and Naked Angels, the art book I'm working on at the moment, and hopefully I'll be doing some Art Nouveau lessons as well that you can follow. If you like to go into Patreon, you can give us $1 a month, and then you get access to my time-lapse art streams. And if you go onto Nocturnal Creatives, you get access to these Art Nouveau tutorials as they happen, and live streams as well for the classes on Art Nouveau, which I'm working on at the moment. I don't know exactly if I'm going to release them this month or next month, but I will keep you posted. Okay, so that's it for me for now. I hope you're having a great day. So just keep posted. Register for notifications on nocturnal3d.com, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye for now.